We're going to learn now about living a healthy lifestyle, and I thought if we want to learn, we've got to learn from one of the best people around. And I'm delighted to say that Eliza Flynn from Healthy Living London joins me now live on Sportuccino. Good morning, Eliza. How are you doing this morning?
Good morning, Richard. Thank you for having me on today. I'm fine, thanks.
Well, one of the things I've learned about you is that you have a philosophy called hashtag, and I love the hashtag, and it is eat, sweat, and breathe. Tell us a little bit about that, please.
Well, as part of Healthy Living London and as part of my own personal lifestyle choice, I honestly believe that in order to live a really healthy lifestyle, we can't just focus on one thing. And so the hashtag #eatsweatbreathe is all about inspiring busy people to eat better, sweat more, and remember how to breathe. And I know this from personal experience that, if you focus on one thing or two things and neglect the other third thing, it's a bit like a tripod. It's going to fall down.
So what is eating better for you?
I think, it's very individual. So it's really about just making small improvements. It doesn't have to be about overhauling your diet and doing something that's very strict and restrictive for the rest of your life or even for 30 days. It's just small changes that you can make. So gradually over a period of time, you suddenly realise that actually you've improved your health and well-being a lot. And that could be anything from having a nice warming tea in the morning to adding a bit of extra greens to your meals, or even sprinkling a bit of flaxseed on top of your daily cereal or porridge. Really, really small things. There's no better place to start than today. And small changes are just so easy to incorporate, but they make massive, big differences in the long run.
So yeah, you mentioned that, so just improving every little day. Now, what about cheat days? Are you allowed to have these days at the weekend where you can splurge, or should you not do that? Can you have these little bits of goodness every day anyway?
For me, I don't really work well on a cheat day. I think everybody's different. For me, a cheat day is when I have eyes bigger than my stomach and I will go for everything. So over a period of time, I've learned that for me, if there's something that I really want, I will have it. And that doesn't matter whether it's a cake or a bit of chocolate or, a whole massive bowl of pasta. It's all about, for me, actually thinking about what I'm putting in my mouth and whether that's actually good for my body. And often that is what moderates me. So if I go, oh, look, there's a massive giant cupcake, it looks amazing. For me, it's often actually the thought that's a lot better than the actual experience. Excuse me.
Yeah, that's why they say never go to the supermarket on an empty stomach, because you end up buying everything and you end up buying all the bad stuff. But before I spoke to you, I mentioned my podcast, The Best in the World with Richard Parr, and I've got two podcasts coming up soon. I've done the interviews, they just need to be edited. It's one with Stephanie Rice, the three-time Olympic champion swimmer, and another three-time Olympic champion swimmer, Rebecca Soni. And they've both become vegan, and they've done it for the last few years since they've retired from competitive swimming. And they both told me that they feel that they could have been vegan while competing, but they weren't. Now, I know it's something you cover a lot on your own website and on Healthy Living London. What are your thoughts to being vegan?
Personally, I think it's fantastic. I wouldn't classify myself as a vegan. I would definitely classify myself as someone, as the guys from Vevolution, which is a plant-based festival, termed it Plant Curious, where I definitely believe in the healthy properties of more fruit and vegetable, and eating a life that has less meat and animal products in it. I think it's fantastic in terms of environmentally. There's a lot that you can do, and I think there's so many myths around it as well, that actually just by starting to research being vegan, you start to uncover a whole bunch of things that you never really realized. And for me, once you know these things, it's very hard to eat meat or animal products in the same way. And I think the best starting point for me for this was something called Veganuary, which happens every January, and it's where you try going vegan for January. And I've done it now for the past 4 years, and it's been hard and it's been a challenge, but year by year I found it easier. So much so that this year I actually continued it into February. And I'm now at the point where I'm going to go, do I need to make a conscious choice about whether to include more meat products into my diet, or do I carry on with a predominantly plant-based diet? So that's the kind of dilemma that I'm in at the moment. And I know that, last night, Valentine's Day, I went out for a nice meal with my husband, and we ate meat and we ate cheese. And I know for a fact that dairy doesn't agree with me. And I know for a fact that meat, it doesn't make my life any better.
Okay.
And I think in terms of enjoyment, yes, I really did enjoy this small, tiny mini gnocchi that had this really delicious ragu on it. But at the same time, I was actually thinking, well, it's great, but I wouldn't want this every day. And I don't think I'd want this every week. So for me, that's a massive change, because before I'd quite happily go back into eating meat. And now something's stuck. And I think there'll definitely be more plants in my diet. It'll be a lot more plant heavy. I'd say probably around 90% plants and 10% animal products.
Okay, very interesting. It's funny you mentioned about cheese not agreeing with you. I did exactly the same in my Valentine's Day meal on Saturday. Went for the cheese board. I haven't really eaten much lactose since I kind of went dairy free beginning of, in the middle of last year. And I'll be honest, it went from being a very romantic meal to not being very, very romantic afterwards, because it wasn't agreeing with me either. But moving on, you mentioned about sweating. What are the type of activities that you do when it comes to exercise?
Everything has changed for me. I had a baby 6 months ago. And so the types of activities I do this year, and even last year, is very types of activities that I used to do. I'm slowly getting back into it, and my particular favourite, I love boxing. I think boxing is absolutely fantastic. It's great for coordination and technique, and you have to be quite a good thinker when you're doing things like sparring, because everyone always says it's a bit like a game of chess. And I don't play chess, but it is very strategic. And for me, boxing is just fabulous. As well as boxing, I've also learnt to embrace I guess what you'd call the softer side of exercise. So the more kind of gentle yogas and stretching. So at the moment, my exercise regime is a mixture of boxing, which I do at a fabulous little place down Caledonia Road called Studio One. And they've got a fab class there called Metology. So I do that, and I also do home exercises at the moment, because when you have a baby who is predominantly breastfed, it's really hard to get out and about and do exercise. So I've just started doing this stretching Pilates based exercise that I've made up myself, and you can do it on your bed. So great if you've had a terrible night's sleep and you have a baby that just wants your attention and you feel like you need to be out and about doing exercise. Well, this is perfect. Bed-bound exercises.
Fantastic, I like it. We'll have to check out your website and learn a bit more about those, because I'm sure you've got blogs on that as well. So let's quickly get to know you even more. Playing 5 favourite things. It's a quick fire round. I'm going to throw 5 different things at you. You give me the first answer which comes into your head, and then I'll discuss one of them in more details at the end. Eliza, are you ready?
I'm ready. Bring it on.
Let's go. Favourite book?
Oh, favourite book. Okay. I know this one. This one was one I picked up early this year, which is called, catchy title, How Not to Die.
Oh, that's useful. Favourite song?
Favourite song? Oh yeah, I'm going to show how geeky I am. Pretty much anything by Disney. That doesn't make me very cool, but Disney.
Oh, okay. Favourite city?
Favourite city? Sorry, it's supposed to be a quick fire question. So many. I would say right now in my head it would be Hong Kong.
Oh, okay. Never been. Would like to go. I know one of our regular viewers, Tim Elliott, is from Hong Kong as well. I'm surprised you didn't say London. I thought there'd be more of a plug there for Healthy Living London, but we'll move on anyway. Film.
Favourite film? Favourite film, I would say, just for it being a massively feel-good movie. And the first one that's popped into my head, rather embarrassingly, is How to Train Your Dragon.
Oh, I'm not seeing that one. Let's go and watch that one.
Seriously, you have to see it. It's a cartoon, but it's fantastic.
Well, some cartoons are really good. And finally, favourite food?
That's a terrible question. Who has a favourite food? Everything. I'm the kind of person that loves to eat everything. Thai. And Vietnamese. And macaroni cheese. I have a massive soft spot for macaroni cheese.
Oh, wow. I'm with you on the Thai there. I do like a red curried duck. That's one of my favourites, albeit it wouldn't be very good if you're vegan. We've got Brian Sharkey on the Facebook page. He's saying, I like cake.
Cake is good too.
Cake is fantastic. I don't know why I read that like I was out of Anchorman. I like cake. I like lamp. But anyway, it's been great to talk to you today, Eliza. A bit of a random thing there, but it's been so good to talk to you. Really good to learn all about that. The one thing I've got to bring up though is you've got to narrow that favourite song. Are we talking like Let It Go from Frozen? Are we talking Under the Sea from The Little Mermaid? Are we talking songs from Aladdin?
Richard, are you a secret Disney fan? You are a secret Disney fan, I can tell. Yes, I do. I love Little Mermaid. I think mainly because my sister played it 1,000 times a day when she was younger, and there is that great song from Little Mermaid, and I don't know what it's called, so I'm going to try singing. So I really apologise to anyone who is listening to my terrible voice, but the one that goes, look at the stuff, isn't it neat? Wouldn't you think my collection's complete? Wouldn't you think I'm the girl who had everything?
I don't remember it, but well done. Enjoyed that.
What? You don't remember it?
You're the first.
Go back and watch Little Mermaid right now.
You're the first person to have sung on Sportuccino. It is a Sportuccino first. That's absolutely fantastic. Really enjoyed that. All right, Eliza, just before you go, tell us how we can find you on the internet, on social media, and a little bit more about Healthy Living London, please.
Well, Healthy Living London is found at www.healthylivinglondon.com. We are also on Instagram at Healthy Living London and Twitter at HelloFittyLDN, mainly because Healthy Living London was taken. And you can follow me personally at Wabbit Pie, like rabbit pie but with a W. And keep a lookout on the website because we're going to be releasing some more specifically mum and baby exercises, as well as more exercises that you can do around London. We've got loads of great recipes, and we're also going to be releasing for spring a new selection of Eat, Sweat, Breathe tops like this one, which is like a yoga flow one that has our Eat, Sweat, Breathe motto on. So check that out, join up to our newsletter, and you'll be the first to find out when those get released.
Fantastic. I love a bit of promotion there of merch. I've never done it myself, he says, as he holds his Sportuccino mug. One final quick question. It's from the Facebook page. We've got Ashley Louise here. She says, Thai, but she wants to know where's the best place to find vegan dishes, I'm guessing in London.
Oh, there's so many places. It depends what you're after. If you're after raw food, Nama down by Notting Hill is fantastic. It does quite refined, good-looking, tasty food. Most places that do Indian food, you can find great vegan options there. Brick Lane is fantastic. They've got a lovely place called Wat Papita, which is a vegan doner kebab van. So good, in fact, that a lot of people stumble out of nightclubs and don't realise it's actually vegan. But Brit Lane, I'll say, is fantastic. I had a great vegan chicken and pesto cheese toasty there the other day.
Fantastic. Well, I hope that agreed with you as well, being cheese. But Eliza Flynn, it's been so good
Oh,
talking to you today on
vegan
Sportuccino.
cheese.
Thank you so much for your time today.
You're welcome. Have a good day.